weight loss plateauing according to science. You might have seen the article on CNN, and a couple other news places picked up the article about weight loss plateaus. And
it's about time, because plateaus are the nemesis of everyone. And wait till you hear about how my program insists on cheating, not punishes you.
So with your program insisting on cheat days, which is kind of weird to people, or maybe you might get excited about it, especially if you're thinking about dieting, but weight loss plateaus can really be frustrating for the people who are carbon tolerant and even calorie sensitive.
Oh, sure.
And so anyone who's ever dieted, they know the fear of the weight loss plateau. The new study on CNN shows that the appetite increases the closer you get to your ideal weight. How does that happen?
Well, the study was really good as far as it went. I didn't go very far.
Yeah.
And perhaps it wasn't intended to go any farther. But what the study established is that the more weight you lose, the greater the risk of plateauing. And they determined that the reason for that was that the closer you got to your ideal weight, your body would increase its appetite. And that increase in appetite usually caused people to plateau because they couldn't maintain the carbohydrate or calorie or combination dietary intake that they had been doing previously, because the appetite is ramped up to the point where they just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And
that's not associated with blood sugar, is it?
Sometimes. Not always. Sometimes.
Because then you're talking about the hangry aspect of it.
Yeah, well, then you're talking about insulin resistance.
Yeah.
But the thing is about this is we knew 25 years ago or longer that this happened. But we also know why. And this study didn't talk about why it happens. It just says, well, it does.
Yeah.
But the reason why it happens is because of a group of hormones that you have called starvation hormones. And they kick in when the body thinks it's starving to death. So the more weight you lose, the body thinks it's in a famine. It's in a crisis. Look at your ancestors. They had times of abundant food and times of great scarcity. And the body had to learn to adapt. Well, we still have those tendencies. We still have those powerful hormones. But junk food restaurants are open 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So our circumstance, our environment has changed, but our genetics and our hormone activity has not. And because of that, you have people with access to high calorie, high carbohydrate, highly concentrated foods at the drop of a hat. And the temptation, especially for refined carbohydrates, is enormous. I have often said that carbohydrate addiction is no different than addiction to heroin,
drugs,
cocaine, or other types of drugs. It is just as intense and just as overwhelming.
So what's the best way to overcome a dieting plateau?
Well, we have several ways that we've developed. And one of them, which is rather humorous, is that is cheating.
A cheat day.
A cheat day or a cheat meal. And
kind of restart your metabolism.
Well, yeah, but the cheat meal serves not only physiological benefit, it services psychological benefit. If you know that you can have one meal a week, and you can have anything you want at that meal in any amount you choose, and you're never more than 7 days away from this self-abuse, well, you just feel a whole lot better mentally, because you're not looking at, oh, I've got 6 more months of this. No, I've got 6.5 days or 4 days. And the reason why this works physically, because it resets the hormones in your body. And if you're starting to build and produce starvation hormones, that one meal will turn it right off.
Yeah. So where can people learn more about these helpful methods for preventing plateauing in your book?
In my book, a couple of years ago, I decided to put all this stuff that was in my head on a piece of paper. And that book is available as an ebook on Amazon. It's called The Weight Management Revolution.
Weight Management Revolution.
And by me, Dr. Whiting. And you can go on Amazon and type that in. And because it's an ebook, it's a couple of bucks. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, as of last week, it's free.
Huh.
So everything I've ever learned, trial and error and refinement and changes, are all in there. There are self-tests in there to help determine the best weight management program for your body type. There are hundreds of recipes if you're following calorie counting, or you're following carbohydrate counting, or you're on a diabetes program, or an insulin resistance / hypoglycemia program. It's all covered in there. And it explains not only what to do, but how and why it's important.
And keep in mind, in that book, it has the test to find out what body type you are for what type of diet you should be on. Basically, this whole live stream, please subscribe, like, comment. The whole live stream we did so far was about the book called The Secret Life of Plants and Weight Loss Plateauing. And in your book, The Weight Management Revolution, on Amazon, the ebook, Prime members, it's free. It gives you the test to find out if you're carbohydrate intolerant or calorie sensitive.
Yeah, or a combination of both.
Or a combination of both. And once you know that, that's going to really give you the tools to make the right decisions and eat the right foods and to be successful long-term for your weight loss.
The number one reason why people fail at weight loss is because they're on the wrong bloody program for their chemistry. The number two reason why people fail at weight loss is psychological.
Yeah.
And we cover both of those in depth and detail in the book.